Hey everyone. Last week I shared that I am planning on moving back to Kansas, although I don't have a set moving date yet. I went ahead and kicked off my Dorothy perching project, and it's coming right
You've
along.
always had the power to go back to Kansas. I have.
I've managed to accomplish the first phase of that project, which was clearing out that mountain of stuff I had stacked up in the spare bedroom since March. It took a lot of trips to Goodwill, but I've managed to get that segment done. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll share the before and after pics of that with you. Today, I'm focusing on the second phase of the project, which is hopefully selling the larger items for cold, hard cash that I can put towards my moving fund. Things like furniture, artwork, computers, etc. I'll be putting all of that on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm sharing with you some how-tos for how to put things on Marketplace in case anyone here is curious who's never done that before, along with tips for selling things quickly for the best possible price. So let's get started. I love Facebook Marketplace. It's like an online thrift shop at your fingertips. And it's easy to fall into a time sucking rabbit hole when you're scrolling on there. Ask me how I know. I bought this adorable nightstand on Marketplace back in February for just 35 bucks, and I'm still loving it. That was the first time I'd ever bought anything on the website. I learned a few things from that experience, and I'll share those with you as we go along here. There are three basic components to selling on Marketplace. First, decide if an item is worth putting it on the website. It takes time to clean, photograph, and create a listing on Marketplace. So that's why I donated most of that stuff that was stacked up in my bedroom since March. So, my first tip on deciding what to put on Facebook Marketplace is pick a price point threshold. Mine is $15. If I can't get at least 15 bucks for an item, it's not worth that hassle to me, and it's going to get donated. In addition to avoiding the hassle on the selling side, on the buying side, it can be a little bit of a hassle too to go on Marketplace when you're really on the hunt for something. It's fun to go on there and browse, but when it comes down to actually buying, it takes some work. So I'm going to tell you, most people aren't going on Facebook looking for minor kitchen items, little decor knickknacks, clothing, that type of thing. You're better off going to a garage sale or a thrift shop for. So keep that in mind when you're making a decision on what to post on Marketplace as well. I elected to donate that type of stuff instead of having a garage sale. It is way too hot to be standing out in my driveway for hours, and it takes a lot of time and effort to schlep all that stuff out there, set it all up, take it all down if it doesn't sell. And while I may have missed out on making some money on those kind of items, donating does provide an emotional budget win, in my opinion, by freeing up mental and physical space. And it's also a tax write off. So after you figured out what you want to sell on Marketplace, the second step is preparing the items and taking pictures for posting on the website. Once you've decided on your items, give them all a good cleaning and allow for drying time if you need to shampoo a rug or furniture. Position your items near a window for the best possible lighting, in a room with overhead lights and light-colored walls if possible. Keep the background in mind when you're setting up your photo shoot. If the walls and the floor around your item are dirty, people might assume your items are dirty as well. So sweep and mop if necessary and wipe down the walls. It only takes a few minutes. If you're selling wood items, consider touching up minor scuff and faded areas with a wood marker. They'll photograph much better. It's amazing how tiny little flaws really stand out in photos. And from my Marketplace buying experience, make sure you take multiple photos from various angles, especially up above and inside if you've got a cabinet or a refrigerator, because people want to look in there. I had to ask sellers for photos.
If you're selling an item that you plan to disassemble before someone picks it up, make sure you take good pictures before you take it apart and state that it'll be sold disassembled so people know what to plan on. If you're selling items that have a box, take everything out, lay them out neatly, photograph every item, and also include the boxes in the picture because I think that's a selling point for people to know they've been stored well.
The third part of selling on Marketplace is creating the ads and posting them.
In addition to pictures, you'll want to write a brief description for the item and be sure to include the color, the material it's made of, the model, make, and year built if it applies. And to prevent wasting anyone's time, yours or the buyer's, make sure to include thorough dimensions in your description. The width, depth, the height, because people really want to know. A lot of us have a certain area something has to fit, so that's important.
When I was shopping for this little nightstand on Facebook, you wouldn't believe how many people failed to include the dimensions in their description. So be sure you include the width, the depth, and the height.
Also, be sure to disclose any major flaws, things like major scratches or dents in a product. People may still buy it if you price it right. They need to know before they show up.
How you price items is the biggest factor in getting them sold quickly, just like in real estate. It doesn't matter how great those pictures are. If it's not priced to sell, it's going to sit there.
The first thing I do to help decide how to price an item is go on Marketplace and type in the item category in the search bar, hit enter, and then do a quick review of the items that are currently for sale. You can assess the price points as well as how many similar items will be competing with yours. You can also use the Google Lens app on your phone. Take a photo of the item, and up will pop various items that are similar to yours. It's amazing how it works, and then just scroll through the prices and you can get a relative idea of where you want to land.
And inevitably, posting things for sale on Marketplace means dealing with hagglers because we all want a deal, right? And for some people, haggling is what it's all about. So make sure you price accordingly, put it a little high to allow room for that, or you can put on in your description, price is firm, whatever works for you. For me, I just want to get this stuff sold, so I'll take the first offer. I posted these little end tables for $20 each or $35 for the set. And apparently that was the right price point because I had a ton of inquiries and I got those things sold for 30 bucks in one day. Sold.
Now, let me show you just how easy it is to put an ad on Marketplace. First, you need Facebook on your phone, so download the app if you don't have it. You can also do this on your computer, but I'll start with showing you on your phone. So you've got your app open and you're going to click on Marketplace. Next, click the sell button in the upper left corner. And from here, it's largely the same whether you're on your phone or you're on your laptop. You're going to create a listing and then you'll choose, are you posting one item or multi? It's always better to post one item at a time to maximize your profit. Now you're going to upload photos. I find it's best to start there. So you're going to go to your photo gallery and pick whichever applies to the item you're posting. Select in the order you want them to appear on the ad. Now I'm switching over to the desktop view so you can see what that looks like. And again, we're picking our photos. Select them in the order you want them to appear in the ad. On the desktop, your working space, so to speak, will be in the left-hand column. That bigger area in the middle is just sort of to show you what you're up to. So now you're going to scroll down after you select photos and start filling in the basic information. You're going to choose a title for your ad. I like to start with the dollar amount, even though they put the price up there. You can never put it in too many places, in my opinion, especially if I'm selling two of the same item. I want to type something like $30 slash each in my title, and then dash bar stools or whatever it is that I am posting. And of course, you're going to want to put a thorough description in there as discussed above. You'll want to select the color and be sure and put those dimensions in there if it applies. And I also like to include pictures that show the measurements because that's very helpful to people. That way they know you haven't made a typo. And just keep scrolling down in this left-hand column. This is also the same on your phone. You just won't have that middle space. You'll only see on your phone what's in the left-hand column here. You can choose a color. If you don't see one that applies, skip it and just keep going down this column of information and fill things in as they apply. And this is also where you can choose how you want to convey the item. You're going to deliver it, you're going to have them pick it up, you're going to meet them. So pick one of those. And then once you get everything input, you're going to click publish. And that's how easy it is. It'll sit there in review for a few minutes before it goes live to the public. And you can edit if you've made mistakes. So don't worry, just have at it and have fun.
Now for a few post ad placement tips in case you're new to selling on Facebook Marketplace. First, the communication between seller and buyer all happens through the Facebook messaging app, so there's no need to share your phone number. Second, you'll probably get a lot of inquiries, like I mentioned, if you price it right. So make sure you're checking your messages frequently and respond as quickly as possible while it's still fresh in the buyer's mind. If someone's interested in purchasing the item, they'll message you asking to set an appointment to do so, and make those arrangements based on what you're comfortable with, as I mentioned earlier. And if you are having them pick up the item at your house, if you can, put the item in your garage. That way you're meeting them outside of your home, so to speak, and you can leave the garage door open for witnesses. For safety reasons, a lot of people elect not to have buyers come to their home to pick up an item and elect to meet them somewhere with the item. But I don't want the hassle of loading it in my car and sitting in the parking lot of Starbucks or wherever waiting for the buyers to show up who may not arrive on time or at all. I'd much prefer to sit in the comfort of my home. And once you have an appointment scheduled for a buyer to pick up the products, I recommend leaving it as an active for sale listing on Facebook until someone gives you cash and takes that item with them. And if you're getting multiple inquiries like I did on those end tables, just reply to others with, the truth that you have an appointment at whatever this evening, tomorrow, for someone to purchase them. And if they don't, you'll reach out and let them know it's still available. And if you elect to have the buyer pick the item up at your home, let them look it over to their heart's content. And if they decide to move forward with the purchase, make sure they give you cash before you let them load it up in your car. Once the item's sold, immediately go on Facebook Marketplace and mark it sold. The system does give buyers and sellers the ability to rate each other. So if you had a good experience with the buyer, go ahead and give them a positive rating. I hope this was interesting and helpful to anyone who's new to and thinking about selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. It's really gone well for me so far. In the past week, I have managed to sell those end tables for $30 and those computers for $80, which takes me up to $110 towards my moving fund. And I'm estimating it will cost me about $160 just in gas to get myself moved to Kansas. So $110 is 2/3 of the way towards my gas money. I'm excited about that. It's definitely worth the time. Now, as promised, and to wrap things up on phase one of my Dorothy project, let's go take a look at the spare bedroom so you can get a visual on the progress I've made so far.
So phase one of the Dorothy project, it was a big job. It took me 2 weeks of trips to the Goodwill, and it was totally worth it, you guys. I can see the floor again. Woohoo! It feels so good. And I have a little bit of work to do over here in the corner still because These are my fall and winter florals mixed in with exercise equipment. And I'll pull the fall when I decorate next weekend and then organize the winter. Most of these pots are going out with the fall arrangements. TV's on Marketplace. The box is a tabletop that's going in the kitchen. And my exercise equipment will see the light of day again. I'm also loving being able to get in this closet again without having to scoot past boxes and bags.
Be sure and stop back in next week for an update on how much more stuff I've sold on Facebook and for an update on phase 3 of my Dorothy project, sorting through and donating that huge pile of holiday stuff, the other spare bedroom that I pulled out of the attic back in March. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing what else I've been up to, click this video right here and I'll see you over there.